welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then, hi! Thank you to my members, you are all awesome. And hello to my new subscribers. You're awesome too! Now, this mould, I had this last year and I tried it with Plaster of Paris and it was awful. It broke, it fell to pieces, I couldn't get it to work at all. So I thought I'd try it with Aquacast, just to see if I could get the actual building upright and stick together. Stick around, you'll find out. So this is Temu colorants. Lovely Tina sent them to me. Thank you, Tina. That's to use your camera on your TV in case you want to subscribe or even support me by using the Buy Me a Coffee QR code. That's the one. I wanted a brown, so I thought I'd mix a few colours together. I think I used mustard, red and green. It looks brown in there, yes, but it didn't work. It made it more of a pink. So what you see here, yeah, it's more pinky coloured. It does look, I'd say, like a cup of coffee, I suppose. And yeah, my plastic knife that I like to mix this with has gone for a walk. I swear that I have got gremlins in this house. Can't find stickers, can't find my plastic knife. I'm sure I've got some moulds missing. Nobody else would have them in this house. So where have they gone? That safe space is no longer safe. I have thieves. Tiny gremlin thieves. And if I find them, I'm going to box the tabs. Anywho, I'm pouring it into this, and it's a very flat mould. I have got a few lumps, but it's nothing to write home about. Because it does cure. It cures blooming well. Honestly, it really does. It does dry lighter, cure lighter, sorry, than it is right now. And it does really do like a pinky colour. And I hadn't quite got enough to fill the bits and bobs, so I just watered it down a little bit. Because, well, these pieces, I'm not going to use them. Well, some of them I are. I are. Some of them I am. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Oh dear. But the trees don't fit together, and it means taking a lot off them, giving a good file down and that before they work. And to be fair, I don't really want the trees. I just did them because, well, why not? And I've got a bit left over, so I fill this gnome. Elf. Maybe an elf. There are teeny tiny little holes. Not very many, but that's because I couldn't shimmy the mat around too much because it being so thin, and it really is thin. This is supposed to be like a little gingerbread house, but I'm not doing it for that. It's just a winter house, not Christmassy yet. And there's two little people on there, and they don't really look like people. In fact, one could actually be a snowman. I don't know. It's very hard to distinguish. And I got these off Amazon. Yeah, last year. And look at his nose. He got such a cute nose, but it's too big for that, so I'm going to leave that for a different project. But this boxed my brain in. I tried it this way, which didn't work. I do end up having to take it apart. I couldn't get it to stand. You need 6 million hands for this. And obviously I've got Ludo and a bottle of UV there. And I'm just trying it to see if it'd fit. And that's too big. But it did look okay. So I thought, right, we'll try it. This super glue would not work. I used super glue and oooh glue at the same time to get it to stick. And it quite possibly be because I didn't wait for it to cure. Not cure, dry out. Usually you have to leave them for about 2 or 3 days to make sure there's no more moisture in them. I didn't do that. Why would I do that? That means patience, and I have none. So this was just the day after, and I'm trying to stick it all together. And I get it together, but when I went to go and put the roof on, it was like, nah, this don't work. Yeah. So I ended up having to take it all to pieces, and I'm just smoothing the glue down the sides just to give it that extra bit of support, I suppose. And I do leave it like this for a while, and it's not until I turn it over that I realise the roof is not going to fit. Not at all, not that way. So I do end up having to take it all apart. I think it falls apart at one point, if I remember rightly. I'm sure it does. So I am really faffing with this. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing it, and if there is, somebody tell me. But I think this mould is wrong. I have seen somebody else do it, and they had the same issue I've got. But I thought it was just because I'd used Plaster of Paris last time. So yeah, I had to take it apart and put it back together differently. So now the roof will go on, but look at those gaps. I don't like it. Now, you could put a light inside, but you won't be able to see it through the windows. But because there's gaps in the actual building itself, then you can see the light through the gaps. So I will be putting a light in this. And it did take me a while to glue the roof on. It started to stick, but this is because it's been a bit longer in curing. So it wasn't too bad. But it kept falling. And I left it with the gap at the top so it wasn't pointed for a reason. Because I'm going to put a bird. And what else did I put on? Oh, let me look at it. Oh, a cat. A little cat on the top. So they will be on the roof. That bird will get changed because I ended up not liking where it were. And I stick this door on, but with it slightly open. I thought actually I was going to knock it off, but it stayed exactly where I wanted it to stay. So I'm quite pleased about that. So now you can see the light coming through the door. Now I do think I could pop those windows out if I'm very, very careful without breaking it. So I might do that now I've done it. What do you think? Shall I take out the windows with maybe a drill or something? So they've got gaps so you can see the light through the windows. That's me realising I'm using super glue on my new mat. Well, I say new, I've had it about 2 months, but it still looks new. It doesn't now. And I was trying to think, where shall I put this cat? And it looked nice on the end, but then I thought the bird's too close. Maybe I should just move the bird to the other end. Although now I'm looking at it, think, oh look, they're looking at each other. Oh, I shouldn't have done it now, because now it looks like he's looking at his bum. Oh. Why hadn't I noticed that before? Oh. I'm using these Arrtx pens that Tracy sent me from Mini Scenes GB, and they paint like a dream on here. Aquacast loves paint, and I didn't want to lose all the pink colour, so around the sides of the house I am only going to highlight the raised bits and leave the actual colour as the walls, because it's a nice colour. I like it. I mean, it's not brown like I wanted it, but it's sweet. It's very posh looking, if you ask me, and that's not me. I'm not posh. Except for the eaves are open wide. Did I just say eaves? Is that right? I'll say roof. That makes more sense. Just picking out the little bits of detail is just enough just to make it look a little nicer. And I do have to go around the outside edge of these shapes. because the lip is so fine that my pen kept slipping off. That door is actually a little bit more open now than it is there. I did think it was coming off, and it wasn't. It was just not quite glued together yet, so I was able to open it a little bit more. But with the grey on top, it just looks really pretty, like a really old-fashioned cottage. I'd love a really old-fashioned cottage in the middle of nowhere, next to a loch. Oh, roaring fire. Oh, such a dream. Instead, I'm in cold England, in a council house, when the heating dries out your brain and doesn't actually warm you through. Oh. So, this, yeah, like I said, I've had to go around the edge because it's just too fine a line for me to not go over, because I'm blind as a bat. And I'm not doing a very good job on the roof because I am going to put something on the top of it. Because like I said, it's a winter house. Not a Christmas house. A winter house. And it's going to look all sparkly. And I do like it. It's sweet. I have no idea if I'm going to do it or where I'm going to put it, because I've decided I'm going to move all of my rubbish across the room. I want my Christmas tree up at the beginning of December, so I kind of need to move. Yeah, move a lot. You can see that that chair's wiggling. At the moment, where I've got my stuff is all in one corner, and I want it all on the back wall. That way I'll have some more space, and people aren't walking into my rubbish as they're walking into the living room. Hopefully. And it'll make the room wider, open wider, because at the minute I'm sort of like in a corner, boxed in with my stuff, so it looks very boxed in, whereas if it's all on the back wall, it'll all just be open space. That's my theory, and I have enlisted the help of my son this time instead of trying to do it all on my own. We'll see. I'm already itching, and I'm like, what can I shift? What can I shift? But I know I'm going to end up in agony. So I've got to be careful. And I've got to ask for help. And he's already said he will. So here is the fake snow. I saw this, I think it was in the works in England. And I was like, I need this. But I also have an idea for something else. Lots of ideas. I have a mould that looks like an octopus. I think it's a vase. I think. That came from Tracy as well. And I think I might shove that in there. We'll see. So yeah, I am putting down the Yoo-hoo glue. Yoo-hoo! I know it's supposed to be ooh-hoo, but I like Yoo-hoo. And I'm just smearing it across nice and gently so that I get it to go across without being all thick and lumpy. And I must say it slides nicely across this Aquacast. And I'm just going to put as much as I can get on, pat it down a little bit, and then hopefully it stays on. And yes, I will tell you right now, the Yoo-hoo has been very good. I was only going to use PVA, but the Yoo-hoo seems to have worked really well. I mean, if you press it too much and rub it, it does kind of come off a little bit. But the rest of it's brilliant. And I just think this little house is absolutely sweet. I just wish I could have got the roof to fit properly. But, like I said, stick a light under it now. It'll work. I quite enjoyed making this. I just got a chance to be scruffy. Get covered in Aquacast, covered in paint, covered in glue. And there's nothing more fascinating than peeling glue off your hands after. It was great. And you will notice my nails are painted. Yeah, that lasted about an hour. That's it. It came off. I don't know why I bothered. Anyway, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, a like, you know, and comment. That makes it so much better for the algorithm. And if you haven't been here before, thank you. There is a video coming up that I think you might like right after the pictures, and please come again. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.